Just going to start this live chat, obviously, just to explain where my channel went to. I've kept fish basically all my life. I've had everything from tropical, cold water, discus, basically everything. About 2 years ago, I started a saltwater reef tank. Hello, guys. I started my reef tank about 2 years ago, and then obviously I always wanted a bigger tank, so I bought a bigger tank. I bought 6 foot by 3 foot high by 2 foot wide, and at that time I had a bit of an emergency, so I had to go and travel. So basically I had like a day to set it up, so I've literally been away for about 6 months. Yeah, so I decided to go bare bottom tank. It's just, everybody says it's the thing to do. But, for 6 months, I think I had every algae known to man in my aquarium. When I rushed setting it up, I probably did put too much rock in, so I've actually stripped a lot of rock out. Which you can see, obviously, we are actually having no overheat there. In the UK, for once, it's actually warm, which is very unusual. I've still got a lot of the fish that I actually kept. So just trying to progress with it. Obviously, I started my YouTube channel, and to be honest, I used to get a lot of people talking to me, a lot of questions. Because I've been offline for a while, everybody seems to have drifted away. But now I think I'm sort of focusing on it, and the good news is I've just got one of my I've just started putting SPS in it. It's sort of like established. Still having a few issues with some algae, but I'm sure over time that'll just get back to normal. I have just managed to put some Red Planet SPS in, and to be honest, they're looking rather stunning, to be honest. And I think Red Planet Coral is one of my I just wanted it in my tank, and to be honest, I managed to get 2 frags off friend. So that's where I am. So I have a lot of coral, zoas are growing well. Fish have got huge. But this journey is just going to be about talking basically about my reef journey, and hopefully, like all you guys, I can actually get a really good setup. At the moment, I've got green chromis, nartotang, foxface, butterfly fish that I've had for about 2 years. Some other fish, shrimps, hammers, zoas, some soft corals, green canyon trees, acropora, jack-o'-lantern. So my plans are for the next few months is to actually strip the tank out and finally get it where, finally get it somewhere. So after all my time away on my tank, obviously didn't actually lose anything, which is good news. But I did actually have to nip it in the bud and chose not to go bare bottom. I did actually put sand in the end, and then as soon as I put the sand in, the tank just made a U-turn. To be honest, I probably didn't give it as much time. It was like 6 months with the bare bottom, but everything was just, I think I went through every ugly stage known to the reefing world. But hopefully now I can strip some rock out. Plan on building a canopy hood. Plan on getting some SPS in and actually getting my tank growing. I am actually running high pH, high alkalinity, I think my alkalinity at the moment is about 11.4. pH is about 8.4, 8.5. Problem with this tank is nutrients. Like I don't know why I've set it up, but nutrients are just like non-existent. No nitrate, nitrate, ammonia, phosphate, all really low, which is obviously good, but I prefer to run them a little bit higher than what I've got, so I am feeding like loads to the tank. Just to keep nutrients up. I don't know if my refugium's too big or the bacteria in my tank is just too ridiculous. But nutrients is obviously a balancing game. I plan on doing some of these live streams and actually uploading some videos while I actually progress with my tank. And then hopefully we'll get some input off yourselves and manage to get my tank somewhere where it needs to be. I did actually have a roller mat in my reef tank, and to be honest, it was just keeping the tank way too clean. Nutrients were pretty much like zero, so basically I've removed the roller mat. I think roller mats are really good. To be honest, I have a lot of fish in my tank, but roller mats, although they're actually cracking, they can actually keep your tank way too clean. Nutrients at zero isn't good for SPS, but looking forward to updating these anyway when these red planet frags, see if they actually take off. I have actually got some marineaquarium on at the moment with a high alkalinity and high pH. It's just growing like a weed, to be honest, so I do plan on running calcium and alkalinity relatively high to what other reefers do. So anyway, what do I run on my tank? Actually, like I said, my tank is a 6 foot by 4 foot, 6 foot by 3 foot high by 2 foot wide. Lovely deep tank. The problem is my arm isn't 3 foot long. So having a 3 foot tank is actually nice, but when your arm's not 3 foot, trying to put frags on the bottom, a bit of an issue. Yeah, so obviously I run it, skimmer, Red Sea skimmer 600. It's quite a big skimmer. I have a big refugium, and other than that, it's just my heaters and my pump. So really scale down to all the other stuff people run, but my tank just seems to be running on really low nutrients. I have some media in my sump, which, to be honest, I think the media's too good or too efficient, because my media I've had for 8 or 9 years and it's never been out of water, so it's like 8 or 9 years worth established. But like I said, my zoas are growing well. I'm actually I've had them on the bottom of the tank at the moment, so just got them growing out so I can start my zoa garden. Like in my previous video, 150 zoas, which took me about 3 weeks to make. A lot of people have commented on. I've got a lot of the zoas that I actually wanted just while I was researching. And to be honest, they're all like really decent sized colonies now. So I think it's just a matter of putting it together and getting my zoa garden. A lot of them are higher. But I thought I would start doing live chats, but to be honest, not many people are actually joining. You know what I mean? So I think everybody's at work. I think it's just a really bad time. Not many people. I think we've got a couple of people in, but not many people are talking. I think we've got a lot of shy people. But yeah, just reefing is quite a hard game, isn't it? I mean, like 2 years into it, I'm still learning. I don't know about yous. Sorry about the smoking. I know it's a bad habit, but trying to stop. So has anybody else got any questions? I think everybody's been shy. Anyway, people, I'll tell you about a problem that I did have in my tank. I did get loads of aptasia, like obviously 6 months unmonitored tank and just filled with aptasia. And for some reason, my butterfly fish just wasn't touching any of it. And then just one day, my butterfly fish just sort of like turned onto aptasia and just destroyed everything. There's not one piece of aptasia that I can find in my tank, even the big heads. My butterfly fish just decided just to strip. I just kill everything. So they tell you get butterfly fish, and obviously I got butterfly fish because obviously I just love them. I love the way they look. I love the way they're always just mooching about, looking under the rocks, looking over the rocks. They're like just like hunters, pure hunters, but they tell you they're hard to keep. And it did take man quite a few weeks to actually get feeding, so I did have to feed it live food for about 2 or 3 months. Then I managed to get it onto frozen food, which now it devours just as quick as my tangs. And just while a quick note while I'm looking at my tank, pajama tangs, like I just like the devil of the tang world. Like, even though it's not the biggest fish in my tank, it thinks it is. It thinks it's got like big muscles. But since I took a lot of my rocks out, I don't know whether it's just like reset the aggression. So it doesn't seem to be a lot of aggression in my tank no more. But it did finally settle down, but it was just bullying every single fish that went to one side of the tank. I just thought the entire tank was its. But anyway, I plan on doing a lot more of these live streams. So let me know. Just before I go, is there anybody that wants to ask a question or is staying shy again? I promise I don't bite. But over the next few weeks, I'll have a lot of updates on my aquarium, just to show you how things go, how things progress, how things are changed. I look forward to talking to you. Peace.